If you're looking to buy a new TV in 2022, maybe it's time to save up just a bit more to explore the wonders of QD OLED TVs. There aren't many in the market right now, but when it comes to first-gen tech, you might want to throw caution into the wind and dive right in. It's surprising that this TV from Samsung hit all the right notes. A small warning though, the moment this TV powers on, you might get sucked in and wonder yourself hours later, wondering where all that time went after staring at this beauty of a display. Hello everyone, it's Gerald and today we'll be checking out the Samsung S95B QD-OLED TV. Before we start, Geek Culture covers plenty of different topics from tech to toys, and the next video might be different from this one. Do remember to give us a like and sub at the end if you found this review useful, as it does help the channel out a lot. I've dedicated 2022 to checking out all the greatest display tech that's coming out from all the big boys. Today, we have one of the most anticipated TVs most folks have been waiting for. With the global supply chain rebooting, getting the Samsung S95B QD-OLED in your market might be tricky to get hold of, but it's finally landed in my hands. So, what's the verdict after using the Samsung S95B for some time? Just like the Alienware AW3423DW, this is one of the best TVs money can buy right now in terms of tech. The main issue here is the TV's UI, which can be tricky to navigate, and this is especially so if you might have less tech-savvy seniors in the home. As for everything else, it's actually pretty awesome. With the TV, you'll be getting the rich blacks found in an OLED, the brightness of an LED, and even richer visuals with no color filter, removing even more brightness. One of the things you want to do out of the box is to ensure that your S95B QD-OLED TV is updated. Yes, even TVs are subject to firmware updates now, and our set has been updated to the latest 13.02 firmware version. If you are not getting the latest update pushed to your TV, do check out the link in the description below for a manual update. Based on some reports, it will appear that individuals have reported that Samsung is not pushing the update automatically and you'll need to have to do it yourself. The changes here mainly affect the Filmmaker mode preset, which has been pushing brightness levels higher than it should be. The best way to really test this out is to put on content you like and play around with the settings to see which preset suits your taste to ensure it's not washed out. After all, it's your TV and getting the color preset that suits your taste is the most important. Unlike other reviews where I do have it in my study, the massive Samsung S95B is sitting in my living room. There's a big window to the left of the TV and we'll see how it fares under this lighting condition. Another thing to note is that we'll be testing this TV right out of the box without any additional toggles to really see how well Samsung has set up the average user for success. Specs wise, this TV can hit 1400 nits sustain on HDR on paper. In all honesty, users won't care how bright a white pixel can go because that's just like staring into a floodlight. The real game changer here is how good colors on the screen look. Overall, this TV shines bright and really sets it apart from the competition. Because the QD OLED doesn't use a white subpixel like other OLED TVs, it can achieve higher color brightness. The results? The same level of consistency that I had experienced with the Alienware monitor. It's definitely a screen that anyone will stop and do a double take. While this might be a little controversial, I like how Samsung's intelligent picture mode brings out the best with whatever content you have on screen. On the other hand, if you're looking to gain finer calibration on the S95B, be sure to turn this feature off in order to access the full suite of color profiles. Overall, I found that Filmmaker mode is rather muted for my liking on default and will definitely benefit from some tweaks under the settings menu. Something that we have noticed when it comes to content that is extremely dark, OLED TVs tend to struggle a bit depending on the room lighting situation. In our test to get a good sense of the glare on the TV, we found the screen to be glossy overall. However, once content hits the screen, it's hard to observe any reflections unless you're picking them out. Contrast-wise, it's difficult to find any fault with this TV at all. The consistency of the panel has held up well and has everything we have come to love about OLEDs in general. When it comes to viewing the TV from differing angles, the TV looks great from pretty much every corner of the room. However, if you're using this TV during the day under bright lighting conditions, the glare and reflections can become apparent. When it comes to design, the Samsung S95 QD-OLED TV is pretty much what every consumer should demand from a top-tier TV. Slim, with small bezels, you'll be getting more screen on the 3840 by 2160 display. One of the more important aspects to note here is that we have 4 HDMI 2.1 ports that point towards the right and downwards as you're facing the TV. And that leads us nicely to the best part about using this TV, which is for gaming. Equipped with ALLM and VRR, Samsung knows all the features that PS5 and Xbox Series X console owners want to gun for. Plus, this TV even has FreeSync support, which means it could be very well be used as a monitor, but this is way too big to be used on a desk. Samsung has a dedicated gaming dashboard that allows you to toggle the preferred picture profile to fit the genre of the game you're playing. I suspect that most folks will leave it at a single setting, but at least there are some options on offer. While it might be too big for a desk, there's nothing stopping you from plugging in a PC and enjoying the TV not only in 16:9, but you have the 21:9 or 32:9 option. This is specifically for folks who love playing games for the ultra-wide experience. However, do note that because the screen is not curved, you'll be missing out on some level of immersion as well. At this point, I'll say Samsung put in this feature because they simply could. You're able to double check if you're hitting the numbers and ensuring that neither TV or console is slacking off. Overall, one should expect to achieve 120Hz refresh rate easily with a response time of 5 milliseconds. One of the more challenging aspects once you've gotten this TV is figuring out all these settings. While Samsung's Tizen OS and UI feel snappy out of the box, it does take some time for you to figure out where all these menus lead to. For the most part, all your major streaming services can be found here, so there's little worry that you might not be able to find the app you're looking for. When it comes to audio, it's amazing how such thin TVs are able to eke out so much quality in a small frame. I'd say the balance is solid overall. And if you like, there's even an equalizer to give users some control and achieve their preferred audio settings. To really get the best out of the TV, it's recommended to pair this along with a Samsung soundbar. Over here, we have the Q990B soundbar, which allows one to unlock Samsung's Q Symphony function and make full use of all available speakers from both TV and soundbar. Remote controls don't get much praise, but the one included with the TV does away with all the buttons. It's so simple and sleek now, and it charges via solar or USB-C. We clearly see the shift of the streaming wars here with this remote, and it looks like the only missing streaming service here is HBO. So if you made it to the end of this video, I'm not quite sure if you needed more convincing. The only tricky thing now is whether the Samsung S95 QD-OLED TV is even readily available in your market. Hence, if you are looking for a TV right now and would like to dip your feet into some future tech, this TV is the one for you. It's surprising that the first gen QD-OLED TV displays have been able to perform so well right out of the box. Plus, it's been a consistent and excellent experience that I first witnessed with the Alienware monitor. If you have any further questions, I'm happy to answer them in the comment section below. Until the next TV review, this is Gerald signing off.